My teacher shouted out, "Alex isn't your real name. Tell us what it is." But she doesn't understand. I'm in witness protection. It says here you go by Alex. She looked up at me. But your legal name is different. I felt ice flood my veins. The marshals had set everything up. New city, new school, new name, new life. They told me the school had been briefed. They told me my records were flagged. They told me I was safe. I asked her to please just call me Alex. She shook her head. I use legal names in my classroom. None of this nickname nonsense. If your parents wanted you to be called Alex, they would have named you Alex. My parents were dead, killed by the people I testified against, shot in our driveway while I hid in the closet and listened. That's why I was here. That's why I was Alex. That's why I could never be who I used to be ever again. I tried again. It's really important. I can't explain why, but I need you to trust me. She didn't even look up from her roster. I've been teaching for 22 years. I've heard every excuse. I go by my middle name. My parents call me something different. I'm finding myself. She made air quotes. School is preparation for the real world. In the real world, you use your legal name. A boy in the back row muttered something about it being the first day. Ms. Halverson ignored him. She ran her finger down the attendance sheet until she found my entry. Your real name is... I stood up so fast my chair scraped against the floor. Please, don't. She looked at me like I was being dramatic, like I was another teenager trying to make things difficult. She had no idea. She couldn't have any idea. But she also didn't care enough to wonder why I looked like I was about to throw up. She read it anyway. My full legal name. Benedict Rowe Calder. First, middle, last. I know it's a dumb name, but it's the one connected to a federal case that made national news. The one that got my family killed. The one I was never supposed to hear again as long as I lived. 30 students now knew exactly who I was. The room went silent. A few kids were already reaching for their phones. Any one of them could Google me. Any one of them could post it. Any one of them could tell someone who would tell someone who would tell the people still looking for me. 3 years of hiding, gone in 4 seconds. Ms. Halverson smiled like she'd won something. See? That wasn't so hard. Now, moving on, the classroom door flew open. A man in a dark suit walked in. I'd never seen him before, but I recognized the look. The way he scanned the room. The way his hand stayed near his hip. The way his eyes found me, then found Ms. Halverson, and went cold. He pulled out a badge. U.S. Marshals. Ms. Halverson's face went white. He walked toward her desk with the kind of calm that's more terrifying than yelling. That student is under federal witness protection. The name you just read out loud is sealed by court order. You have potentially compromised an active federal investigation and endangered the life of a protected witness. Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. I didn't know, because you didn't ask. He took the roster from her desk. There's a flag in the system, bright red. Impossible to miss if you'd bothered to look, but you didn't look. You just decided you knew better than the federal government about what name to use for a 16-year-old kid. He turned to me. His voice softened, but his eyes didn't. Get your things. We need to move. Now. I grabbed my backpack. I hadn't even unpacked it yet. I walked toward the door without looking at anyone. A girl in the front row whispered, "I'm sorry," as I passed. I didn't answer. I couldn't. In the hallway, the marshal was already on his phone. "We have a breach. Full relocation protocol. Yes, today, right now." I followed him to a black SUV parked in the fire lane. A woman I'd never met was in the driver's seat with the engine running. I got in the back. The marshal got in beside me. The car started moving before my door was fully closed. "New documents will be ready by tonight," he said. "New city by tomorrow. New school by Monday." I nodded. I'd done this before. I'd do it again. He looked at me. "I'm sorry. This shouldn't have happened. You can thank your blockhead of a teacher."